Really?
And he went and he videotaped
I remember
them
this.
doing all the different steps of the time, the slop, the
Camel.
Holly Gully, just a whole series of things. And basically then what I did, as I said, let's organize these so it's all authentic dances of the period, and then we'll travel it.
Not quite, huh?
All the steps of this were really, really, really centered. There's some mashed potato in there. There's no
Oh, yeah.
ponying in this one. I didn't want the African-American kids to pony because that seemed too geeky white
Yeah,
kid to me, you know? It was too stiffy. I let all of the white kids do that. Oh, colored people.
So hip.
I'm glad y'all feel that way, cause not many.
Elijah is so good in this.
He's great.
Sarah Francis, all of
Shane and
them.
Hollywood.
All the kids. I remember when I saw the play, this was for sure one of my favorite numbers. It's just the greatest piece of music. Mark and Scott just gave me
You know what's
so much to
impressive
work
about
with.
Mark and Scott?
Everything.
Duh. But, you see a lot of Broadway shows, and one song echoes another song.
Right.
And they all feel they have the same tone. They all feel like they're kind of, you could tell that they're from the same composer.
Yeah.
You look at this, and you look at the genius of Hairspray. This song is nowhere near I Can Hear the Bells, or You
No, it's
Can't
like a
Stop
record.
the Beat is not like Welcome to the 60s. It's each song is different, and you would never know that it's all coming from the same genius.
Yeah,
mind.
each one is like a single from the era.
It could be its
And
own on its own album.
Yeah, exactly. But what does link all of them is the wit and humor of the lyrics. That's, because all the song styles are really borrowed from the authentic songs of the era. But the humor inside all of the lyrics is really what is the commonality in Mark and Scott's work.
They're so. I remember going into one of my callbacks, and Scott was sitting there, and I was just like, a deer in headlights. I was like, Tony Award winner.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe
And
that I was
tall and
auditioning
handsome
for
and
him.
like the whole, crazy.
And
It's so
amazing.
funny.
You know what I have to say to that? Not so much.
Not
sweets.
so much sweet.
That's one of the best things that Scott has said to me.
This was also right in the beginning of the movie. This was day 2. We were shooting this
Day 2
in the
day 3.
dirt, and there was nowhere for the camera to go except in the middle of the street. This was a horrible moment when I realized I had to put the cameras for this.
Come here, girl. This is my sister, Lil Inez.
And there's Taylor.
Yeah.
Taylor, in the movie originally, was first introduced in Baltimore Crabs. She used to come in and Michelle sent her away. But I really had a strong feeling when I watched it that it just seemed like because you never heard her name, you didn't really
know who
understand
she
who was. She didn't have another scene with Tracy because I couldn't fit it into the schedule where like they talked or whatever. So
think
it just
this is the
seemed really
perfect
random.
entrance.
Yeah, it just
They're
seemed
coming
really
out of
random.
school.
Now
They're
this
going
was
home.
this was a crazy green screen bus. That's not really actually moving. It was on a sound stage, and that was filmed.
It's amazing.
Mama did that. But this was done on a sound stage on a still bus, and we cut it. I had them take a real bus and cut it into like 6 sections.
Yeah.
And they all could roll away.
And what we're sitting on, the 3 of us, is just literally a bench with nothing behind us.
Yeah.
That's because the cameras had to come in from behind us.
Yeah.
Such amazing work done on this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, young lady. Signature step.
Yeah, there it is. What you learn about doing a movie is, I grew up watching movies. I didn't realize how much went into it.
Oh my God.
And you recognize that it really is the vision of the director.
Well, it's like a giant puzzle.
Yeah, and it takes one special person to put it all together. And this movie totally wouldn't have never worked if it wasn't for the genius mind of Adam Shankman.
Oh, God.
I'm
Now we
serious.
know
I'm
why
serious.
I love you.
And now you know why I got the part. No, I'm
Exactly.
kidding.
Excuse me, I have to wipe the lipstick off of my behind.